All right, so I'm just out for a walk in Orlando Friday afternoon after the Agile DevOps conference. Pretty good conference, smaller than I thought. I spoke on becoming the bottleneck, a tale of woe about testing in an Agile environment. The talk was pretty well received. I think people liked my gimmick. I went out to Publix and I got a bunch of root beers and cream sodas and ginger ales in bottles. And then I had to go to Walmart to get a cooler, taking Ubers to each. And then at the start of my talk, I opened up a cooler, pulled out a bottle and said, "This is a bottle, this is a bottleneck. Everybody go ahead and grab a drink." And then I talked about how testing is a bottleneck, bottlenecks to testing, and other bottlenecks that you see in releasing software. I'm no great public speaker, but I was able to ham it up a little bit and entertain the people. So now I'm out enjoying the wilds of Orlando. I walked all around the convention center and down to the hotel and restaurant entertainment area. I'm going to check out a little restaurant I saw called Cuba Libre. Get like a seafood platter there or something. And then I'm heading home early tomorrow morning back to Montana. So today there was a leadership summit. I wasn't feeling well and had some other work to do. And then this afternoon I did a little bit of experimenting on the release dashboard, right? So release dashboard is a product that I'm developing. Just got started working on it. Pitched it to the Founder.University incubator and got accepted. So I'm going to be going to California and going to the kickoff next week for Startup.University. That'll be fun, I hope. Meet some more founders. And the idea of the release dashboard is, well, you've got your deployments, you've got your builds, you've got your test runs, you've got change events like a database or a firewall change. You want to be able to see all these in one place. That's your release dashboard. I'm trying not to get bogged down in paralysis analysis and just pick some tools for a prototype. I realized, I don't need to decide on a framework. I don't need to decide whether I need to build it in the cloud, whether I'm going to use AWS or Google Cloud or Azure, or whether I'm going to try and buck the trend of building in the cloud and go for a standalone system, where it's self-hosted. Prototype, it's a prototype. We can do it however we want and rebuild it. Just build a minimum viable product. And so experimented. I took an experiment. I installed Cursor. I got a book on Go and started building web services in Go. I realized pretty quickly, despite all the hype, boy, AI code tools suck. It's hard to find good information on the internet, but it's a lot easier to just read the docs. And I'm right in front of all the traffic. Anyway, it's easier to read the docs and do something yourself, at least if you know in general what you intend to do. So that's what I'm going to do. I decided I'm going to scrap that. I would love to make this all about learning new tools. I looked at Elixir and Phoenix and LiveView. That might be cool for concurrency, but I'm leaning towards one of two. Either build it all serverless, pick a cloud, or build it all so you can wrap it all up in a nice single host package. And I think that's maybe the best solution for the proof of concept. So just build a simple web service in Python. I experimented with different tools for events, right? We've got a place we want to send all these events, all these builds and deployments and test runs and all that. I think I'm going to use Nats.io. It allows you to do request response queues and PubSub. We can also switch and, use Google PubSub, use Redis, use Kafka or ActiveMQ, whatever. I don't want to make too many business decisions or technical decisions right now. I just want to get it out there. And in truth, we could probably just build a front end with mock data, use static files instead of APIs. But I want to get a little bit of architecture experiment under my belt to proof of concept, not at scale, but in a scalable way that we can receive all these events. For each client, for each business that's going to have the release dashboard, we want to be able to give them a fully isolated environment. So I thought, maybe something like an EC2 or DigitalOcean droplet or whatever. And we could even keep it lean with SQLite. There's an interesting product called UnQLite that I looked at last night. It's like SQLite for NoSQL. So think if MongoDB just had a static file in the library. Interesting proposition. It looks not to be widely adopted. I decided not to go with it once I figured out that there really aren't any active Go bindings for it. Maybe Python's the best way to try that out. But anyway, we don't have to pick that. We can end up using Mongo or Dynamo or Google BigQuery or MySQL. Doesn't matter. At this point, we'll have someone more knowledgeable than me about architecture make those architecture decisions. The company I'm consulting for now, definitely interested in being the pilot program. I've got other people interested in free trial to give me feedback. Hoping to find more people in the DevOps SRE space, see what they think, see what their needs are. Right now, of course, my community is the testing and QA community. Lots of people interested. Talking to some developers as well. They see the value. And one guy said, oh yeah, it's like status page. And so that's going to be my slogan, at least at first. It's like status page for your delivery pipelines. Anyway, release dashboard. I'm no great speaker, as I learned watching my talk from the conference, although I'm a pretty funny guy, funny looking at least. And but what I want to do is I just want to record something. I said I'm going to develop this in the open, and I want to have a little accountability, say what I'm doing, say what I've done, and get feedback from other people. So I'm going to post this, maybe go for a swim in the hotel pool if it doesn't open up and rain on us, but I might do it anyway, just out of spite. And then I got to catch an early flight tomorrow morning back to Montana. So we'll see you.